The problem plaguing our continent of Africa with regards to the technological advancement is the decreasing number of African-orientated engineers practically working in Africa. A large contributor to this fact is that these well-qualified engineers are leaving the continent of Africa to other first world countries such as Europe and the USA in pursuit of better jobs. These better jobs offer higher salary, which leads to higher motivation and productivity. All these highly skilled individuals are thus lost to other first world countries that are not in dire need of these engineers compared to Africa.
A big contributor to engineers leaving Africa is the idea of helplessness. These engineers feel as though their contribution makes no difference and that Africa is a hopeless case. This is where they need to be made aware of how important they are in Africa. The governments of countries throughout Africa must invest their resources in making the African-orientated engineers aware of their worth within their respective country and Africa as a whole. African engineers must be made aware of the great potential that there is in developing countries and how they could pioneer their country's advancement in technology and infrastructure.
The universities and colleges providing engineering courses throughout Africa must be approached to help the students realize these opportunities within Africa. The students should be taught to value the resources that Africa has to provide. Students could be given assignments that are specific to Africa to try and teach them to think of good engineering solutions for African problems. This could help them to realize how big the problems are in Africa and possibly motivate them to create solutions to these problems when they are done with their degrees.
The governments throughout Africa will potentially have to come to these universities to help with the motivation of engineers to stay within Africa and create solutions. For example, the governments can possibly provide graduate program opportunities to help to motivate the students to be invested in being a vital part of the technological and infrastructural advancement puzzle. These graduate programs could be focused on large problems, and a large team of newly graduated engineers could help solve these problems from a fresh outlook on these problems.